Back to school. The summer starts and you're counting it down by weeks and months. Now the countdown is by days. Cobb County families, they head back to school at the end of the weekend. They go back on Monday. It has come up on us, as the summers always do. They go by quickly. Back to school is on now, and as students and teachers, they get ready to head back. There are a lot of changes and updates for families to know about inside of Cobb County Schools. So to talk all about this, we're joined right now by John Floresta, Cobb County Schools Chief Strategy and Accountability Officer. John, thank you for being with us. You know, it's summer break for families and students. I suspect even over summer, though, you had quite a bit to do, as always is the case for administrators getting ready for the new school year.
Yeah, summer is a busy time. We're working ahead for 105,000 students who are walking in the doors on Monday. Mainly that's custodial staff, operations staff, maintenance staff, of course, assistant principals and principals. There's a lot to do, but we're ready and we're excited to see students walking in the hallways on Monday.
What big changes or updates should families know about as they're getting ready for the start of the school year?
Yeah, this year in particular, we could not be more excited at the options we're providing our families. We are opening the doors for the very first time to the second College and Career Academy here in Cobb County. That is located on the campus at Altoona High School. We have our first, which is located at Osborne High School. That's for our high school students who might be interested in a career as soon as they get out of high school. They're walking out of the doors and they're walking across a graduation stage with an industry certification in healthcare, advanced computing, HVAC, aeronautics, unique opportunities there. And it really underscores the investment that our superintendent and board have made into providing families with the very best choice for them, for their situation that applies from kindergarten all the way up through senior year.
Let's talk a little bit, John, about the changing environment in which kids are going to school now. I mean, I don't want to date myself or sound like a dinosaur here, but it wasn't that long ago when something like this, a cell phone, you never heard of it. It wasn't an issue in schools. Now, obviously, we're in a very different paradigm. Georgia is expanding its cell phone ban in schools, and that ban it continues to expand going into the next school year following this one. But what's Cobb County doing to make sure that the learning environment in school is one where kids can focus on learning, they can focus on the important social development they do when they're spending time face-to-face, and limiting what a lot of folks have acknowledged as the distraction of social media and cell phone use?
Yeah, and you referenced the law. So the first thing we're doing, of course, is we're following the law. But we would tell you that our teachers have been in front of the law for a long time here in Cobb. The most important part of any classroom is a teacher. It does not matter what tool you put in a classroom. It could be a flat screen. It could be a laptop. It could be a cell phone. It won't be a cell phone anymore. But it doesn't matter what the tool is. We've long held that the teacher is the most important part of any classroom. We've supported teachers as they've fought that battle for years in terms of removing those distractions. And now that the law is in place, that's another support that we have, a consequence to or deterrent so that our kids are able to stay focused on why they're in school, which is to engage with learning.
Let's talk about school safety here as well. As I'm sure you know, this week we saw the sentencing of Colt Gray, the Appalachia high school shooter, and his father, Colin Gray. Colin Gray's sentencing just took place a couple hours ago here. What measures are in place in Cobb County to keep kids, keep teachers, keep staff safe at school?
Yeah, a lot. And if you're interested, or if your viewers are interested, we encourage you to visit cobbshield.com, which is going to list 14 or 15 investments that our board and superintendent have made into student safety. We talk every single year, every single day. The first thing we do when we wake up is make sure kids and staff are safe when they walk in the building. We've invested over $35 million a year in those safety programs, most notably, and maybe the easiest on the eyes and easiest on camera is a recent investment into vapor wake dogs. Those are gunpowder sniffing dogs, which are on the campus of every one of our high schools. Think of it as a mobile metal detector. Just wags the tail and doesn't mind getting a pet from students or staff as they're walking the hallways. That is our latest addition to our safety programs. But there's not any one silver bullet to safety. We wish there were. Obviously, it's a much larger issue than any school district can handle, but in partnership with public safety here in Cobb and across the state, and with programs like Vapor Wake, we're confident that a school is the very safest place to be in Cobb County.
What's your message to parents? What can they do to help make sure that their students have the most successful year possible?
Yeah, support your student's teacher. They're working really hard. There's a lot to handle in a classroom. Communicate with the teacher. Let them know what your concerns might be. Let them know how your student's doing at home. And when the teacher asks for help from home and says, "Hey, here's some resources, and we could use your help at home over the kitchen table or in the living room to reinforce what's happening in the classroom," please do it. We know students learn best when their parents are engaged. There's nothing new under the sun. It takes a group of people who care about kids to teach kids. A teacher is a very important piece of that, but we need moms and dads at home who are supporting what's happening in the classroom. In Cobb, we have a communication platform and learning platform that we call the Cobb Teaching and Learning System. Parents have access to that every single day to communicate directly with teachers, to see what's happening in the classroom and to reinforce it at home.
All right, John, we're short on time. One last question for you here. There's lots of excitement going back to school. There's also nerves. There's anxiety, whether somebody's moved to a new school or they're going from middle school to high school. They're in a new environment, new classroom, new sports team, whatever it is. I remember anxiety when I was a kid. I'm sure lots of other kids feel it too. To a student out there who's excited but also a little nervous about whatever this new year brings, what do you want them to know?
There's a team of people in your school that have been working incredibly hard for a long time, way before this summer, for you specifically. They know your name, they know your family, and if you don't know them yet, you're about to. And their only reason to wake up every day is to make sure that you learn. Communicate with them, get to know them, trust them, and we look forward to seeing you as students do as well as we know you will at the end of this year.
All right, John Floresta, the Cobb County Schools Chief Strategy and Accountability Officer. John, we are wishing you, everybody who's working in Cobb County Schools, and all of the students nothing but the best as this school year kicks off on Monday. John, thank you very much.
Thank you for the time.